I think they love me. I think they love me now. I think they love me.
Who do you see when you look at me?
I think they love me.
'Cause I do not recognize the man inside the mirror. They feast on my dreams. I'm not who I seem to be. And somehow I lost myself along the way. Losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace? Yeah, will they finally see me? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself?
I think they love me. I think they love me.
Trapped inside this maze, it's amazing. My phone's off, so don't call me crazy. I'll show you what you want to see from me. But do you know me? I let the likes in the gram, it controls me. It's like the lights in the camera can know me. Yeah. One day I'll find my identity. For now, losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace?
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. I know the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on. And I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see they missed the boy, they get a game. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Oh, baby, it is your favorite time of week. Designated Spittaz time, baby. This is what you all wait for. We're going to give you a show tonight, baby. I'm pumped. I'm pumped up.
Hey, man, I'm excited. Nice. I mean, there's no better way to end the week and to also look ahead to the next week than to spend Sunday night with the Spittaz, man. What's up, brother?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, bro.
how's your
We gotta-
weekend?
it's interesting. I think I told you about this. The lights blew out, so I'm in the I
Yeah.
got all these white lights just pow right on me right now.
Right in your face.
Right in my face, bro, like nobody's business. By the way, Jocko earlier told me there's a drink out there called Shakira Smash. And I had a
smash.
So the place that we're gonna go. Remember I showed you the pictures yesterday?
Yes.
Like, we're gonna come.
I'm so.
Oh,
like,
phenomenal!
You are doing the Lord's work because, like,
Sunday, brother. It's Sunday. It's called Brotherhood.
I
Gotta
scroll
do
back
it.
up. I scroll back up in our conversations to look at these pictures from time to time. Okay.
Brotherhood. We have to.
Listen.
So I had a beer called the Falcon Smash. It was phenomenal, by the way.
Okay.
By the way, you want to laugh? You know what they had there?
What?
Dragon's milk.
They have dragon's milk. As soon as you said it, I was like, wait,
Part of the picture.
bro.
Yeah, they had dragon's milk. I couldn't believe it.
A friend of mine told me by the picture.
Yeah, you get it by the picture if you want.
That's dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
I'm gonna have to do it.
We might do it.
A friend of mine was telling me that it shouldn't be hard for me to come by up here. He's like, you gotta he's like, just look like in supermarkets and stuff like that. And then he's like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Dude, I've been to 4 supermarkets.
You haven't found it.
Did not find this shit.
I couldn't, when I saw it, I was absolutely shocked that I was like, oh my God. I was like, do I have to get the dragon's milk? But I'm such a child, and you know this.
Yeah.
I saw Falcon Smash. I'm like, that sounds
How
too
could
cool.
you not?
I gotta have it.
How could
I gotta
you not?
get it. So anyway, Jocko
Falcon
said
immediately.
exactly right. So I'm like,
yeah.
they got Captain Falcon, so I gotta get it. And I like birds anyway. So I got the hawk out here, the owls. I'm like a falcon. Let's add him to the group.
It's like,
and, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But Jocko in the chat, he goes, you got to try the Shakira smash. And I'm very willing to try the Shakira smash.
I mean, anything with
I'd be
Shakira.
happy to smash Shakira. Hey, yeah.
Hey, I mean, as long as
The beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance. How you doing, honey?
as long as Shakira's in there, I don't see anything wrong with it, bro. I mean, when you put the name Shakira in something, it makes it that much more appetizing. I mean, you don't make
the Shakira smash, marron. I mean, there could be other Shakira something. Shakira smash sounds unbelievable.
Shakira smash. But did he say what kind of like? What is it, like a cocktail?
Which one?
Shakira smash is a cocktail.
Oh no, he's joking.
I'm over here thinking like it's just you see you gotta know these things. But this is the problem. You have to tell Francis these things because I'm the type to go to like my next outing at the bar.
Hey,
what do you have tonight? Let's get a Shakira smash.
I heard it makes your hips not lie, and you know,
on the rocks.
That's it. I need it on the rocks. But ladies and gentlemen, everybody, what is up? What is up? What is up? I hope you guys are doing good on this beautiful Sunday. The Yankees coming off of a victory today. Very nice. Good game. Got a little nerve-wracking there in the middle, but other than that, the captain kind of put that out, and everybody just kind of sat down and relaxed right there. And the Yankees pick up the victory. There is a lot to unfold. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to try to get to as many voicemails because I told him, I was like, hey, we'll do some voicemails tonight. And these dudes went bananas.
They went crazy.
Like,
I mean,
I got 33 voicemails right now.
It's not every week that you give people that freedom on DS. You say, we're going to take voicemails on DS. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to it. So you got them excited. And now look, what do you want?
I mean, that's good. I'm happy. We'll play a few of them and get there. And like I said, guys, you know, to each his own. Ronnie.
We'll do what we can.
I love Ronnie. Can I just say that? He's so proud. Now he calls himself Golden Ronnie because he's a gold member of the Founders Club. I love it.
Golden Ronnie
has a ring to it.
Here's the thing about it though. Where my mind goes is not Golden Ronnie. I don't know Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? Like the Diddy trial stuff going on.
You think it sounds something like the Punisher?
I mean, we got to be careful with these nicknames. Golden Ronnie does sound like it could have been somebody in the contact list. Like if we went through Cassie's phone tomorrow and there was a contact in there called Golden Ronnie, would anybody be shocked? That's all I'm asking. All right, Ronnie knows.
But by the way, not our Ronnie. Our Ronnie got nothing to do with this shit.
Our Ronnie don't play that shit.
No, our Ronnie don't play that shit, all right?
Our Ronnie is a God-fearing man, you know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
He don't play that nonsense. He's out there on the West Coast minding his business, minding the business that pays him, and we love him, and he loves us, and he supports, and he's a founder. You know what I'm saying? Golden Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? Gold level, gold status, okay?
Gold member.
I'm just saying.
Austin Powers.
If all of a sudden this week they were like, actually, we have one more witness, and they'd be like, the prosecution calls to the stand Golden Ronnie, and nobody would be shocked. They'd be like, huh? What?
The worst shit when he was like, yeah, I called it the Punisher.
The Punisher, bro. It's just
come on.
I told people right there. I said, bro,
let me tell you something.
Looking at this trial differently. I know.
I'm gonna just say it.
It's going real Bronx or nothing right now. But
when you're in the sex business and your name is, I was about to say Golden Ronnie, and your name is the Punisher.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, fam.
Yeah. Hey, he said it all right there, guys. Come on.
That's all I'm gonna say. When you're in the sex business and your name is the Punisher, ain't nobody gotta, say nothing anymore after that. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in first place still. So don't be getting too crazy over there. The Yankees are still in first place, all right? And you can see it right there. 48-35, 13 over, a game and a half.
They gained the game this weekend.
They did gain a game this weekend. That's right. Over the Tampa Bay Rays. They're also 3 up on the Blue Jays, who, by the way, just happens to be the Yankees are on their way to Canada right now. And they will be playing the Blue Jays here very, very soon. Ronnie De Oro. There we go.
Ronnie De Oro, I like. Ronnie De Oro, I like. And I don't think that because, you know what I'm saying? Even if Ronnie De Oro was like into that kind of business.
Diddy wouldn't be calling him.
I don't think Diddy's calling Ronnie De Oro. Like, I think he might be a little intimidated by Ronnie De Oro. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of odd.
So
really
Ronnie De
believe that,
Oro
yeah.
rocks. We're gonna rock with that. Shouts out to Ronnie, obviously, and appreciate you for the, you know what I'm saying, obviously, gold, founding member, gold status, gold level.
All of them.
That's
all
amazing.
the founding members. By the way, just to update everybody on the founding members, Bronze is gone. Bronze is done. Macho's
Completely
Bronze.
sold
I just
out.
seen his name in the chat. He said he's Macho Bronze. No doubt about
Yes,
that.
yes.
That's sold out.
Bronze Bomber Macho. I love it.
Silver is sold out. Mary Ellen Ford, who's in the chat right there. Philo, they're silver.
Love it.
A lot of few other people.
Love
and
it.
we have 3 left in gold. And other than that, we're done. And like I told everybody, once I got all the names and we're done and we're locked, by the end of this year, I'm gonna have that plaque is gonna be done. I'm having it done before even 2026 hits.
Which is,
I'm having it ready because I want to
That's
show
amazing.
everybody now.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, here it is. You
Yep.
see it, and it's not gonna
Yep.
be like this. It's just gonna be like this. Look at this.
no, it's gonna be big. It's
It's gonna be jacked.
gonna look nice. It's gonna be jacked. Mary Ellen Ford, thank you. Appreciate the compliment. No, I can't wait to see this. Honestly, it's one of those things because, like we were saying, like it's gonna move with us everywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna become a part of the team, kind
Francis,
of.
by the way.
Yeah.
Is that our good friend Sandro's work?
Oh, you know it, baby. you know it, baby. I went to.
Barber of the U.
I paid a visit to him this morning. You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Barbers of the U.
He asked about you. He calls you. So this is funny.
What is he called? What is this?
We started by nicknames today. So
Oh my goodness. Let's hear
nicknames
this.
this episode, right? I never heard anybody refer to Pete this way until today. But he calls you El Rubio, the blonde. he said, yeah, Rubio, cuando viene? I said, huh?
What?
I was like, what? I said, the blonde.
The blonde.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy talking about? He's like,
Look at this. Come on.
where you get the, yo, he said, yeah, Rubio. I said, huh? And I said, yo, I was like, Sandy. Because I call him Sandy now. I'm
I'm calling him Sandy Cheeks next time I see him now. That's it.
I call him Sandy.
That's Sandy Cheeks.
I'm like, Sandy, I don't think he's a blonde. He's like, no, pero tú me entiendes. I mean, like, his hair's not as dark as yours. I was like, I mean, we don't have the same texture either.
Yeah, it ain't the same. He's ain't that far off, to be fair.
He's something of a, you know. Yo, we're having way too much fun.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get back to where the show's at, okay? All right, let me get back to the show here. Yankees are in first place, damn it.
Yes, sir.
They're about to face the Toronto Blue Jays.
Big
But me and
series.
Francis, we talked about this already, and we're going to show love to somebody real quick. Our friend here at the U,
Oh, yeah.
Jazz Chisholm, who has been going off, and I was very scared today. I know you saw that video. I was very scared. I thought Jazz was hurt, and then I'm sitting there going, oh my God, we got to get Candelario like now, give him a little trial run. But he's okay. He came back out, and I said, oh my God, he's fine. He's not hurt. But Francis sent this to me earlier. I want to read it off to you guys here. This is since Jazz has come back from the IL. Jazz Chisholm has a .318 batting average with 27 hits, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 14 runs scored in 23 games in his last 23 games. So that is how good Jazz has been as of late. And today, he showed off and showed out, but he also looked phenomenal at third base. Made a lot of really good plays over there.
Yes.
So Francis, take it away, man. What do you got to say about Jazz's play?
I felt like it's something that we should highlight, but with numbers, because we've been saying it, right? I mean, the last few weeks, I feel like we say it, all rise, DS, whatever, and you're saying it on game season and post game season. So we've been saying it. But today, I was interested at the end of the series, another big series for him. He had 2 home runs this series, right?
He did.
Game 1 and game 3.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Another big series from Jazz. I was like, I wonder what the numbers look like. And then I go to Stat Muse, that's whatever. And I was like, damn, I expected like 287, whatever. No, he's batting 318. I was like, it's about, he had 2 home runs here. I know he's got another 2. So 4 home runs, 6 home runs. I'm like, damn, okay. I'm like, shit. So it's been even better than I thought. I was pleasantly surprised at how good the numbers look from him coming off the IL, because I mean, bro, this is exactly what we wanted. It really couldn't have gone any better. We said it when he went down, it sucked. It's not what you want. You don't want your guys to miss any time, especially somebody like Jazz, who brings the energy that Jazz does, who brings the swag that Jazz does, who makes the games that much more entertaining the way that only Jazz Chisholm can. You don't want to see a guy like that not playing, out of the lineup, missing games. But it looks like Jazz Chisholm Jr. did exactly what he needed to freaking do. He came back, and the boy has been balling ever since he came off the IL, and he's playing in a different position. He says, "Hey, I'll play wherever they want me to play." Yes, he prefers second base, but he's playing third, and he's doing a heck of a job doing it. I mean, after he scared us with the injury today, that the very next half inning, he makes that play in foul territory. I mean, I
He made that play. Then he also made the play that was a bullet to third base. I think it was the bases loaded. That
was the bases loaded one. That was before
he stopped it. I mean, that would have been even so. That would have been a double down the line. I mean, he had a great game defensively today.
That was 2 runs easily. And I was telling my brother, when we were watching it, because it's like, I mean, yeah, they still did score the 1 run. I'm like, yeah, but the difference here is they scored the 1 run and we got the run out versus 2 runs scoring and no outs still.
Exactly.
And
exactly right.
Those plays are huge. Again, everything is context. And I think, like, you know, a lot of times games in June, series in June, a series against the Athletics, sometimes people say, like, well, you know, how should I, you know, really give importance to shit like this, like at this time of year? And it's like, bro, the reason that these things matter is because of a point I was trying to make a little while back when I was saying that to win a World Series, you got to build winning habits. And when you build, those habits are built not in October, not in September. Like, if you're not building those habits in June, it's not going to happen in October. And I think a lot of times with the Yankees, we see that the same way that they lose games in May and June ends up being the same way they lose in October. So
all the time,
I loved seeing that we got into this situation. The bases are loaded, things are snowballing. Brubaker didn't look good, and it's like, okay, what are we gonna do here? And then it's like, boom, big plays, and I love that because those are things that you can build off. And now Jazz himself knows whether I'm at second, whether I'm at third, I'm capable of making a big play and turning the game.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And it's the athleticism he has. That's why they were so comfortable putting him there. And, you know, that's one of the things that I was even talking about on Game Season Live today is that a lot of people go, oh, put Ben Rice at third base. And I'm like, you guys do understand that it takes a level of athleticism that, I'm sorry, I love Ben Rice, but I don't think he's as much of an athlete as Jazz Chisholm is. You can tell why Aaron Boone was comfortable going, no. I want him at third base. He can play there. That's not a problem. And Jazz himself was like, hey, look, I played shortstop, so I could figure it out. And bam, he went over. They figured it out really, really quickly. And he looks good. Now, is there the moments that you recognize that he's not a natural third baseman? Yeah. You see some of those instinct things that a third baseman would have and go, okay, this is why I prefer him at second base. And we're going to kind of get into that stuff momentarily when we talk about, you know, we're about to enter July. This is when trades and everything start to really pick up. And it's the last month to make a move and to kind of define who you are going to be going into the second half of the season, which is, you know, second half of the season. If you're talking about half of the year, it comes before that. But everybody looks at August and September as that new team. You got a new roster. There's a chance of that. It's the last chance you get to do that. David Miser with a super chat. He goes, what's up, fellows? We still need an infielder. Yep, we're going to talk about that a bit. Jay Boogie says, sup, fellas? Jazz has been showcasing the gun at third. He has been one of our best hitters since cutting his swing back. Well, he also said it. I mean, to be fair, he also did say when he came back from the IL that he recognized some of the things that he was doing, and he doesn't want to look at the numbers that were on the board because he wasn't performing well. And going back, we showed you guys 23 games. His last 30. And if you believe that this could be who Jazz is, as we did all off season, we both said we think he's a 30-30 guy. And, you know, he's close to being that. I mean, close to actually looking like that type of player. Over his last 30 games, he's hitting .311 with a .402 on base percentage and a .553 slugging. I mean, that is absolutely nuts for Jazz Chisholm. Those numbers are off the charts right now for Jazz. And he has been one of the primary hitters for the Yankees since he's come back, along with a few other guys that have been doing really good. Cody Bellinger's having a really nice season after today. Goldie's struggling a bit, but Judge is being Judge. He had 2 homers today. Got 30 on the year now. Yankees offense still needs help. I think that's fair to say. But it only helps them when guys like Jazz are playing the way he's playing now. Belly's being consistent.
Yeah.
You know, you add one more guy in that lineup. Now you're starting to look at something possibly very good.
I think the name of the game for the Yankees at this point is lengthening what they already have, like lengthening that lineup.
Hey, yo.
I know.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta lengthen that thing.
Gotta lengthen that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Yankees are looking at that lineup, and that's probably where they're at. Is like, what can we add? Who can we add? I mean, hate to be that guy, my brother, but I don't know if you saw there was a little 3-game set played on the West Coast at Chase Field. Didn't go too well for the Snakes. You know, 3-game sweep at the hands of the Miami Marlins, and yeah, you know, I just looking at that third baseman, you know, over there, and I'm just saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're watching. You know what I'm saying? My eyes are open. That's all. Let
me tell you something. That would be so stupid. And we're going to talk about some of that stuff here momentarily. As you do say that, by the way, last time we did this update, if you remember, we said they were 3 games back in the wild card.
Yep.
And now 5 games back in the wild card.
I mean, it's trending in the right direction. If
they've lost 4 in a row, and it's a great time for them to do that. And we kind of, you know, their fans are going to hate us, by the way, because you were like, I hope they lose every game.
Oh, they hate us already.
Oh, they hate us already. They can't stomach us.
There's a TikTok that I put out last week. The Arizona fans found it, and they were not happy.
Arizona fans, damn it, you know what? I got no sympathy for Arizona. I'm going to bring you guys back on a history lesson with Pete Simonetti.
Here we go. Let's tell them.
You ready for this history lesson from Pete Simonetti?
This is an important lesson, okay? This is why we don't mess with Arizona like that.
2001 was the year. You guys know what happened, right? I don't want to talk about it too much, but you all know what happened. The next year I was going into school, of course. The school year begins. You know what I mean? Middle of that school year, after all this mess happens, October, all that, we know what happened. Pop Simonetti says, I'm going to take you shopping to get some stuff. I said, okay, Dad, no problem. All right, back then, I think we went to J.C. Penney. They had J.C. Penney's back then. You remember the jeans, Arizona jeans?
Yes, I do, sir.
My dad whipped my ass because I refused to put them on.
Oh.
Put them on! I said, no, they got Arizona down in the water. Put the fucking thing on! Big riot, beat me up in the store, dragged me out of there. By the way, I didn't get nothing. I wore sweatpants the rest of the year.
I respect
plain sweatpants the rest of the year. I would not wear the Arizona jeans. Refused to.
I respect
to this day, I don't fuck with Arizona. I matter of fact, I don't even drink Arizona iced tea.
I mean, come on, Arizona.
I'm a Snapple guy.
It's a bit.
I'm a Snapple guy.
I'll tell you this: Arizona iced tea. It's a bit of a staple in New York City. But let me tell you something.
It is.
They could do well with a brand name change. Okay.
I think so.
We wouldn't be mad if we changed the name. Is all. That's all I'm saying.
But this is true, folks. This really I'm not even joking. This really happened. That is true.
I don't blame you. 2001 was enough for me.
No, let them get mad all you want. I hope you lose every game the rest of the year.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. Lose every game that you guys decide to sell. And then after that, if you want to win, go ahead, enjoy yourselves. But just lose every game so you guys sell and try to sell to us.
Only thing I want that team to do is beat the Dodgers. Like, that's it. Like, when y'all play the Dodgers, beat the Dodgers, because I don't like them. I really don't like them. That's the team that I wish could lose every single game. But
you're really sick of those guys over there. You're sick and tired of them.
They disgust me. Honestly, it turns my stomach. You know, I see Mookie Betts in the on deck circle now. It does things to me, negative things. Okay, I see Shohei Ohtani. He's back on the mound. He's pitching again. I mean, Pete, I can't take it. It's nauseating. I mean, he takes the mound. He's pitched 2 times, and already they're talking, Pete. I can't do it. I cannot.
No, God, please. Fred, I saw it the other day, too, with the 100 miles an hour. Oh, come on, Pete.
They're already doing it. Pete.
All right, Cutie throws hard.
He threw one pitch 100 miles an hour, and they had to tweet and post about it.
He had 57 homers last year. He threw a pitch 100 miles. Yeah, no shit. We know he throws hard.
It's like, you know what bothers me the most about this shit? Like, look, all jokes aside, bro, you're sitting here. You guys are listening to two people who have the utmost respect for Shohei Ohtani, the baseball.
Facts.
We're not
Facts.
oblivious to the talent that is Shohei Ohtani.
Or his gambling game on point.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the best gamblers of all time, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, to be able to pull that off and not even do an ounce of jail time, hey,
nothing, zero, not even a slap on the wrist. Nothing.
Hats off to they slapped somebody's wrist. It just wasn't his, but
wasn't him.
They said the only thing that slaps with Ohtani is when he's at the table playing blackjack. Hit me. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like it's the constant glazing that kind of kills it with Ohtani. Like it's like you almost want to be able to enjoy him play the game of baseball because
of course
you don't see that kind of talent at all. Like I didn't see Babe Ruth play. You didn't see
right.
So now to see this, it's a nice thing. But when every little thing I mean, the guy takes a piss and it's freaking front page news.
Yeah,
you kill it. You're killing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable. Fucking Ohtani. David Douglas adds in, David, come on, brother, please. Crazy thought. Could Ben Rice play second? Can't be worse than Gleyber. Come on, brother. Come on, guys. You guys got to stop with this. Like, you know what? Ben Rice looked pretty good today.
Why is Gleyber still taking shots?
He's still taking shots. Gleyber stays taking shots.
He's the leading vote getter at second base for the American League. He's a big reason why the Detroit Tigers are currently the best team in the American League. Like, can we just let him be? Like, he's gone. You guys got what you wanted. Those of you who hated him, you got what you wanted.
Hey, let me say something on Gleyber real quick.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he'd be doing it for us if we had a manager with a set of gagoots on him.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, if he had somebody that maybe the whole time always held him accountable and said, we don't tolerate that shit here. Because I bet AJ Hinch doesn't.
You look at him. As we were saying this, it's probably like a month ago. We brought up Gleyber Torres, and I urge you fans, when you guys have a moment on a Yankee off day, check and see if Detroit is playing. I just want you guys to take a look at what Gleyber Torres looks like over there. That's all.
I saw him busted down the line so hard on a ground ball the other day. I almost fell on my seat.
He was like, "Who the hell is that?" Yeah, I mean,
I said, "Look at Gleyber Torres busting it out the box."
And I get it because some people are like, "Well, you know, he's obviously is a different motivation.
Of course,
it's a 1-year contract."
Yeah, right. Of course.
I was like, okay, but
and I'm a jerk off.
Last year he was going into his free agency contract year. Like, I think sometimes, and yes, obviously when people have a change of scenery, it does. We understand. Nobody's a bigger proponent of that than us. I don't think there's no other podcast that can talk about the change of scenery shit more than we can. We have spoken about that shit about damn near everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
We wanted Clay Holmes to have a change of scenery like 3 years ago. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
100%.
We're big into change of sceneries. We're big Gary Sanchez for years.
We're not interior decorators. We're exterior decorators. We want to change some of these players' exteriors. Okay.
Yes. No doubt about it.
So we know that a different environment can help people, but there's truth to what Pete just said about, you know, accountability and we saw
no gagoots.
Gleyber. We saw it with Gleyber, bro. Like, it is what it is. It's one of those things like it's spilled milk, water under the bridge at this point. I don't want to. It's not a I told you so moment by any stretch of the imagination. But if you look at the season he's having,
go ahead.
I was just 1 year late, bro. That's all I would say. I was
just tell you something here.
Year late. I mean,
let me tell you something.
That's all. Early.
You can't have a sack with Ugats in it.
I didn't know he was gonna.
If you got to have a full sack, you can't have a sack with Ugats. All right? Because then you're just out of luck, baby.
Uh-oh.
David says we also need a strikeout relief pitcher. We're going to talk about that too, because I agree with you 150%. I know there was another one in here. I don't want to miss anybody. I want to be nice. Steve says Aaron Boone is peeing on his nuts right now.
Whoa. Okay.
Hey, yo. The hell does that even mean? He's peeing on his nuts.
It means he's got a little pecker.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Bro, I didn't.
What's the matter with you guys over here? Leave Booney alone, would you? Ness says Jazz been doing his thing. Yanks should extend him. Hold off on that there. Yeah, I know Yankees don't do that, but they should. Strowman not bad as long as you have a good field. Now, I got something a little wild to say about Aaron Boone here.
Uh-oh.
No, not Aaron Boone. I'm sorry. I don't know why they had me thinking about Aaron Boone. That was a bit nuts, man. That was crazy.
That was
peeing on his nuts is insane.
It wasn't. It wasn't worse than what Jocko said at the end of All Rise.
No, that was crazy. I'm gonna say something about Boone real quick. I don't think that, Aaron. Come on now. You got me and you got a little issues on you being a manager. I ain't gonna attack you for no reason. I got issues with you being a manager. That's it. And
How you
we'll
manage.
have that. How you manage, exactly. But friggin' Jocko cracks me up, man. But I keep seeing that comment. I don't want to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh at it. This fucking guy that he has. I know, right? I know. Don't look at it, Pete. Come on. Take a look, Pete. Go ahead. But I don't know what the hell was I talking about before? I just said I don't remember.
I don't know, because you were gonna
lost
say
my point.
something, and it wasn't about Aaron Boone, but you said Aaron Boone by mistake.
And I don't even remember who the hell we were talking about before that.
Before
Designated Spittaz.
we were talking about Gleyber Torres. I know.
Gleyber
Oh, somebody
Torres,
mentioned
Gleyber
extending
Torres.
Jazz. You said no.
Extending Jazz. There it is right there. No, I would wait. And then Marcus Strowman. Yeah. I would wait on the whole extending Jazz thing there. I'd wait a little bit.
We still have another off season.
Correct. You got a little bit of time
Yeah.
there, but when it
That's
comes to
something I'd rather
Strowman,
sit down, not do in year.
I'm happy how Marcus Strowman's line looked today.
Oh,
But I'm not.
I am elated.
Yeah, but you
I
might
didn't expect
disagree
that
with me
at
on
all.
this. But you may disagree with me on this.
Okay.
I'm not confident because balls were laced off of Strowman today.
Yes.
Even the ground balls were rockets. There was multiple times I'm ready to go as a base hit, but it was right to first base or it was right to Jazz. There was a couple of bullets to right field. So again, congrats. It was a good outing. Line looked phenomenal. You got the win. I shouldn't be bitching about that. I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not overly confident that he's not the same guy he was before the injury. It kind of feels like it could very well be that same guy with results looking the same going forward. But the beautiful thing is, he got a W on his day back. That's a confidence booster.
Yes.
And let's see what happens going forward.
Sometimes,
And we'll go from there.
So first, I want to say,
I wish I could see like the exit velos of all those outs.
yeah, I mean they're there. He got hit very hard today. I don't think there's no two ways about that. You can go and look at it. When you have the left-handers steaming the ball to first base and the right-handers steaming the ball to third base, the issue is that they're early. And what Strowman
Correct.
was able to find success today because it seemed like Oakland was overly aggressive all game long. They were just too aggressive with Marcus Strowman. And if they would have, I think if they would have found a moment to say, listen, we need to like collectively, guys, let's take a freaking breath here and stay a little back. This guy's not like, he's not impossible to solve. He's when he throws the ball in the zone, it's not a very high velo. It's not a lot of deception here. We are beating ourselves. We're getting ourselves out because we're being way too aggressive with this guy. We're expanding the zone because he got them to expand the zone a lot. And when they did make contact, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best contact because it was very early. So the ball is being stung and it has a decent exit velo, but the timing of it wasn't good because they were overly aggressive. Now,
Correct.
Is that going to be a formula that's going to work against the better offenses in the game? Like, would that survive against Toronto?
Let's see if it survives. His next start is the Mets.
I was going to say, is it going to survive against the Mets next weekend, which will be his next start, I think next Saturday? I strongly doubt it. I don't think a guy like Soto is going to have a hard time waiting back on that and putting that into the second deck at Citi Field. I don't think Lindor is going to have a hard time. Lindor's very familiar with Marcus Strowman. So it's one of those things where, yes, we got the win. Yes, his line looked phenomenal. Yes, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you kind of like escaped. And I think you just have to be cautious with Strowman is all. Like, okay, he's back. We know that he's going to pitch. He's a starting pitcher. We know that that's the plan, at least for right now. But we need to be cautious. And it needs to be a situation where Boone is not hesitating. Like, if you see it start to unravel and it's still only the second time through the order, well, guess what? It's only the second time through the order, and he's gonna have to feet. Like, I don't think we're in the position to be managing like we were in May. In April. Sorry. This is not extended spring. This shit matters. We are headed to the All-Star break. Like, everything matters. You have a 1.5 lead right now in the division. Yeah. This is not the time for you to be giving away games.
The funny thing is, I think today's game showed us something, and I want to see how many people in the chat agree with me on this. Because we talked about this in the offseason a lot, and this was our idea. Remember our idea in the offseason? We said, me and you said this a lot. I think all of us, I think Kev said it. I think Christian has said this before, that we don't want to change the formula of what was last season when it came to the lineup, the lefty, then Judge. Remember, we all talked about that? We were like, I don't know who the guy's going to be. Is it Jazz? Is it Bellinger? But what did we all say? I would go Bellinger, Judge.
Yep.
And not get off of that because we saw the success of it last year. Now, I don't know how many times they've done that this year. I don't got it in front of me. I don't think this is the first time. I think there's other times that Bellinger batted 2 and Judge batted 3. Guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, and everybody wanted to go research that. Please go ahead and research that. Yeah. But today they had 5 hits combined, and I really feel that is the formula that Aaron Boone has to stick with. I don't know if he's going to, but I'm telling you, man, that is the formula you need to stick with. And I know, as Philo just said, he's hit much better off of lefties than he has righties. That is true. But let me tell you something. When Judge is batting behind you, I don't care who's on the mound, you're going to get fat pitches to hit. Soto benefited from it last year. I said it. Bellinger should benefit this year. Cody Bellinger is now hitting 270 with a 792 OPS. That is not nothing to laugh at. Those are solid numbers for Cody Bellinger. Now, maybe at some point, they'll find a guy they're comfortable leading off with. They haven't done it with Dominguez yet. I still feel like he's a very logical choice. They seem like they're sticking with Trent Grisham, to be fair. He's gotten
a lot of leadoff opportunities.
Ton of leadoff. I mean, just about every single game he's in a lineup, he's leading off. So they've kind of gone that route. But I could see the Yankees starting to form. And I'll be real, too. The stuff with Jazz is the stuff with Ben Rice is starting to make a little bit of sense here. And as we continue to look at this lineup, because this is what I want to do, I want to stick on the lineup here for a second. They had Rice hitting 4th today, but more importantly, friends, they had him catching again.
Yeah, again, 3rd time this season.
And I gave him a lot of props today. He didn't have a chance to throw somebody out, but he kept every ball in front of him. Every ball in the dirt. He blocked it well. You could see he's trying to frame well. There's a lot of good things I saw because I never really watched the game and said, oh, man, a ball in the dirt. Oh, shit, it got away from him. I mean, this is a problem. Like, this is why he can't do it. There was nothing I watched today and I said, oh, Ben Rice. I was only complimenting Ben Rice today. Every single time. And it's going to be really friggin' interesting.
Yeah, what they do with these 3 catchers.
Well, last week we talked about outfielders. Now you got 3 catchers.
Same situation. But again, it's crazy, but that I think is one of those things where you can use that saying it's a good problem to have, because
it's a great problem to have.
If that's the case, then it is what it is. I mean, Ben Rice to me can't go anywhere. Austin Wells to me, I also still think it's too early to trade away from him.
Unless there was something you really, really out there where you're like, I want this, I want to do this. This is something I want. David adds in, still like the trade for Arise for leadoff.
I don't know if they would entertain that.
I don't know if they would do. I don't even know what he's doing this year or anything like that, to be honest.
He's doing Arise things.
Regular Arise, okay.
Same thing. Hitting, getting on base a bunch, but
but the catching situation is interesting.
Power. The catching, I just think I just kicked the shit out of my camera.
I was about to say this. He's like moving away from the screen. Like, what the frick?
I kicked the shit out of the camera. The catching situation is interesting, but I feel like, that's such a premium position that it's like that could never be a problem. Like having 3 catchers could never be a problem. There's just no way that it could be a problem because there's so many people that need it. And so many teams have adopted this platoon situation because they've realized that the catcher position does crazy damage to the body. And the best way to keep your primary guy in tip-top shape is to sit him a couple times a week. Like there's no 2 ways about that. So you want to be able to sit that guy and not have such a crazy steep drop off when you go to your backup catcher. And what the Yankees have been able to do this year is, I mean, they're putting out 3 at this point with Ben Rice. I mean, yes, it's been 3 starts and people can nitpick all they want and say, obviously he needs some more reps and whatever. Yeah. But at this stage in the game, I think it's very safe to say the Yankees have 3 major league catchers right now on their roster. Like there's
3 guys that can handle their own, no doubt.
Yeah. So I just think again, it allows for flexibility, which in a with a trade deadline approaching, where you're kind of hamstrung by the amount of money that you would like to spend, flexibility is your best friend. And I
No
think
doubt. And they got it at
um,
outfield, and they
an
got it at
outfield
catcher.
and catcher, I think it's really shaping up to be an interesting deadline because you have
There
outfielders
could be some
to trade.
surprising moves.
Yeah, I mean, bro,
There
you
really
have
could be.
outfielders you could trade. You have a catcher. You could trade a catcher if you want. Like, dude, I mean, it's just again, it really just depends. Where do the Yankees want to go? How deep in the waters do they want to get? But the options are there, bro. Flexibility.
No doubt.
I mean, there's not very many teams that can boast that kind of depth right now. And it's crazy because going into the season, we spoke about the bench. I don't know. Like, let's see. Here we are, end of June, going into July, and yeah, man, I like our bench. Like, I like what we have there in terms of having a guy, major league guy to come in and play in the infield, play in the outfield, catch. We have all of that right now.
Yep.
I mean, even Peraza,
Yep.
yes, he's light hitting. He doesn't whatever. Volpe got ejected today. Peraza came in and made a phenomenal play.
Excellent play.
Immediately.
Play.
Like,
and you got the glove with him. That's the thing with
Yes.
Peraza is that the glove is there.
but not
So
everybody has that. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
you go your
Correct.
backup
Agreed.
shortstop, and then immediately he gets a play like that and makes it like nothing.
Yeah. No
like
doubt.
that was
And
nice.
Speaking of where Austin Wells is right now, I know a lot of Yankee fans are concerned, and I myself have said, he where the RBIs are, the homers are, that's good.
Yeah.
Problem I have with Austin Wells is I'd never seen Wells as a 215 hitter, 217 hitter, never.
Me neither.
And I get people go, well,
He's too
Pete,
good
come
of a
on.
hitter for that.
He's too. That's where I see him. I'm like, I don't care if he's a catcher. I think he's too good of a hitter. A lot of people go, well, catchers don't really hit 240. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about other teams' catchers.
But then all right, let's ignore the average. Look at the on base percentage.
Exactly. And here's the
He's a better
problem.
on base guy than that.
His last 15 games, he's hitting 184 with a 226 on base percentage and
That's
a
my
306 slugging.
That's my
I
problem.
mean,
right there.
that's not good. And let's be fair here, right? We all want to talk about, Paul Goldschmidt, he's struggling a bit recently. Indeed, he is. But here's the difference. He's your best defensive first baseman, and it's not close. Paul Goldschmidt is a vacuum at first base, and the Yankees need that. Hell, somebody in the chat said today, oh man, look at quick he got the first base. Remember Rizzo trying to do that? And I was like, I don't want to shit on Anthony because I like Rizzo, but yeah, it's a major improvement. It's a major improvement. So that's the issue there, right? Is if the Yankees and their analytic team and whoever's out there making these rules, and even our own eyes, that our brain, we watch it and we go, damn, I feel like if Ben Rice plays every day, Ben Rice he could hit. He could hit. He's going to homer. He's going to do something. Somebody loses time. Hey, let's not be hypocritical here. We've been upset about this with Dominguez.
Yeah.
Other guys are hitting though.
That's the thing. But what have we seen? Like, I mean, I feel like over the last couple of weeks, like you've seen the Yankees give JC more run. You've seen the Yankees start to give Ben Rice run at the catcher position.
Rice has multiple starts now.
Came off the DH. Like today was his third start at catcher. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So
and this, I'm sorry, like there's nobody who's gonna convince me that the Yankees went into the season saying like, yeah, we're probably gonna catch Ben Rice at some point this year. No. Well, they had Alex Jackson, they had JC Escara, they
already had him last year and didn't even try it.
Austin Wells. I was like, I don't think they came into the season saying, but I think he forced their hand. And this is what we want to see from the prospects. Like, force the issue, man. Make them have to find a way to play you. Like, and that's what Ben Rice has done. And shouts out to him because, bro, it's like you said, even in games where he goes over, like, bro, he hits the ball so freaking
Here you go.
hard.
I'm happy you said that. There you go, right there.
Every at bat that you're like, yes, yeah, he went 0 for today, but it's like you see it, and it's not the bullshit that we get sometimes in the post games. I mean, god damn, I had no idea. I mean, the last time I looked at his page, it didn't even look that bad. That is nuts.
And look, we don't do this here because look, at the end of the day, I always feel the same way. I think we both agree on this. Is his batting average is 233, right? But his expecting batting average is 295 because the guy smokes. He smokes the baseball when it's put into play. And trust me, the New York Yankees are looking at this and they're saying, we're fucking ourselves if this bat is not in the lineup. You guys know that.
If we sit this guy too often and we lose a bunch of games while we're doing it, like we're kind of shooting ourselves in the
It's
foot. I mean,
malpractice.
when you see that, but see, that's the thing. That's what Ben Rice has going for him. Like that's what he has in his favor. When you look at this Savant page and you see that the Yankees are looking at this information, the Yankees have this times 10 available.
Yeah, that's right.
So trust me, the numbers that they're looking at probably look even better. Like when you see what he's doing against certain pitches, when you see what he's doing against right-handed pitch, like you're looking at these things and you're probably saying, yeah, bro, we gotta find playing time for this kid. Like,
no doubt.
Like it or
And
not,
it could come at the cost of somebody else that they like.
I think
in
it's
the name of Austin Wells, even.
I think even a guy like Giancarlo is somebody who they're
No
thinking
doubt.
like,
Goldie.
yes, I think it's everybody. And here's the thing: is it the worst thing in the world, though? No, I feel like
No, because you also, like you said, you also have ammunition at the deadline.
exactly.
You don't know who comes calling up, say, hey, I want this veteran.
Exactly. If somebody
deal.
called up and said, and
You
somebody
never
called
know.
up- I mean, and some people would say, "Oh, damn, you're gonna trade Goldie?" It's like, yeah, look, love Goldie, absolute huge fan of what he did. You know what he's done with us this season, coming in and stabilizing a position that was really kind of chaotic the last couple of years. But if somebody called and said, like, look, you know, we don't have enough stuff to trade for somebody with control and stuff like that, but we'd love to, just put our hat in the ring for Goldschmidt. It's an expiring contract. What would it take? It's something that the Yankees have to entertain. You definitely listen.
I just think having all of those chips are gonna be pivotal for the Yankees when it comes to the deadline. Having all those type of options is gonna play really, really big for them. David says Cashman will come out like normal and say we didn't like any trade or proposals like normal. We better hope that doesn't happen. Kevin adds in the first pitch outs and late inning terrible at bats are frustrating in Wells too, at least as of late. And let me say something else about Austin Wells. I'm sorry, guys. I do the eye test, and I feel like my eye test has not been wrong in quite some time. I haven't looked this up. I'll look it up right now with you guys. I feel like the defense has declined. I know his framing is always good. I know that. Here he is here. I'm pulling them up right now. Let me see if it was different than last year, but the arm doesn't look as good. It was better last year. I mean, again, you don't need to have whatever the hell you call it. All you got to do sometimes is look. Here's 2024. Look at the bottom there where it says catching. Move it down a little bit for you guys. That's 2024. And here's this year, 2025. Significant drop in pop time. Caught stealing above average, drop that's down. Blocks above average down compared to this year. It's fairly obvious. And I said it was obvious. Same thing with Anthony Volpe. As you continue to watch throughout the year, you said it. I'm sorry, but I feel like his defense has come down a little bit also.
Oh yes,
and it has.
Yeah. You can't. But these are things that I mean, if somebody's trying to argue the opposite on that, dude, like just give it up at this point. I think when you look at the thing with Austin Wells, I wonder if it's the offensive struggles kind of finding their way onto the defensive side of the ball too, which we know is a common theme with young players. It's not something that's doesn't happen. So yes, Wells hasn't hit the way that he probably hoped to come into the year hitting. Wells has been kind of a late bloomer with the Yankees, at least with the big league club. First half of the year, not really too great. But normally, as the weather starts to warm up, normally so does he. But here we are, June, and it's still looking what it's looking like. Now, July to me is going to tell us a lot when it comes to Austin Wells. Like, he needs to come alive in July. He needs to have a big July. And
Did you read the article?
Which one?
About him, about Wells? I know some people in the chat read it too, and I read it also. I thought it was kind of odd talking about how.
Who wrote this?
I forgot who wrote it. Maybe somebody in the chat. I know the Break Studio said he saw it. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but if somebody could reference what it was exactly. But there was an article about him having to ice his arms all the time because the workload is tough on him being a catcher. And they feel like maybe that's affected the hitting some. I'm like, it kind of more sounds like maybe you're hiding an injury more than anything because I'm sorry, he's been catching his entire life. Like he's been catching in the minor leagues his whole career and all. I don't understand.
He's also very young.
And he's very young. I'm like, you're talking about what is he? What's his name for Major League when he has to ice both of his kneecaps after every game for the movie Major League? I mean, it doesn't really add up to me that that's necessarily should be the overall problem for him when you're a young catcher in this league.
No. I feel like, and this is something that we spoke about in spring training when Aaron Boone was saying, yeah, we just got to give him some more time because he caught a lot of games. We were like, what? No. This is obviously, we know it's it's the most demanding position defensively on the field. We get that, but it's just not something you're used to hearing for a catcher who's in his early 20s like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the deal? And then now here we are in the midst of the season, and you're telling us the same thing again. You're like, yeah, nah, like, just the recovery and these hasn't been good. And it's like, wait, what? Like, what's really going on here? Because, buddy, if this is the problem now, like, then what's it gonna look like when you're 33? What's it gonna look like when you're 32? Like, that's a big question mark. Like, that's a really big, it's a worry. But
New York Post, by the way, are the ones who wrote it. It was
I'm gonna check
an article.
I'm gonna look into it.
It's called "The Demands of Catching Making Hitting Prep Difficult for Yankees Austin Wells." It's an article by Greg Joyce. It was on June 12th. This article came out. So an interesting one. Kind of talks about the routine of hitting and then focusing on catching while still having to maintain a big bat.
That is, you see, now when you put it like that, though, like, let's call a spade here, my brother. Like, that's not unique to Austin Wells. That's what I'm saying. That's the catching position.
And you've done this your whole life. It's not like you were a second baseman in all the minor leagues and they converted you over to a catcher. It's kind of new to you. It shouldn't be new to you. You should have a routine already. That's the odd thing for me is that when I read that, I'm sitting there going, I mean, you haven't had a routine before? Like, you were good in the minor leagues. And by the way, Austin Wells struggled a lot in the minor leagues. And then, like Francis said, as the year kind of heated up and all that, that's when he would really start putting his numbers up later in the year, not really early. Anytime he went to a new league, he struggled for a month and then he would start putting it together. So it kind of caught me off guard a little bit when I first read that. I'm like, that's kind of feels like a cop-out article, to be honest with you, but
that's what that's kind of what I'm hearing. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna look into it. I'll read it, but just hearing like, your tone on it and everything, I'm like, I don't see how that's different from anybody else. I mean, I get it. That's why we make such a big deal about what Kyle Raleigh's doing this year, because it's so demanding. As the position is very demanding. You don't expect that. I mean, I was looking today. What's this guy from Detroit? Damn, I'm so mad.
Catcher?
Yes.
Oh my God! Now I can't remember his name either.
Get me so mad.
No, I'll get it for you right now. Once I see his name, I'm gonna fucking get mad because I know exactly who you're talking about. Where is Detroit? Right here.
This guy's a professional hitter, bro. Like, and he does a great job defensively. Great job behind the plate. Great glove. Dingler. Yes. Dingler.
Dylan Dingler.
Dylan Dingler. So, dude, like, he does a great job defensively. Great glove. Like, he puts in the work. He's great. And then he also goes about his business as a hitter very well. Like, a very good hitter. Doesn't have the power numbers of a guy like Kyle Raleigh. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? He does both. And yes, it's true. Like, I'm not saying what the article is saying isn't true. It's 1000% true. Again, that's why we say it might be the most demanding position, because they have to do so much freaking work defensively. And then at the same time, you got to remember you're a professional major league hitter. So
that's
you
right.
Find time to go and get your work in as a hitter.
And if you're the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
And you may be saying if Ben, like, looking at all, and they got more numbers than we do, so they could probably sit there and look at it and go, well, Wells' game is better here. This guy's game is better here. If you're looking at both of them in the future, remember, guys, one thing is that we kind of felt like the Yankees had their catcher of the future. Maybe it's not Wells, and it could be Wells. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just kind of putting things into perspective. The Yankees do have an opening at first base next season, and again, that could be a very easy thing for the Yankees to simply go, Ben Rice will be our first baseman. We know the power's there. That's fine. We could do that. But if there was something else that kind of played its hand and maybe Belly opts in for another year, I actually believe, and this could be down something else we could talk about after this, I believe Belly continues this, he's going to opt out because he's having a really solid year. So we'll see what happens there. But they could look at Ben Rice too and go, well, look, I don't think it's that big of a difference defensively. And what do we know about Ben? We know Ben Rice on a full season will hit 20 homers, bare minimum.
Yeah.
Do we want to take The guy that frames extremely well, and Ben Rice is decent. He's not as good as him at framing. Blocks the ball really well. I think they're kind of comparable there. What are the pros and the cons, and what outweighs itself? Do we want more of that offense? Maybe I don't even know if he's, I'll be honest, I don't even know if he's slightly worse than Wells catching. I do know Wells is a great framer. Fine. That's awesome. That helps a pitcher. But ABS is also coming next year.
For now. Exactly.
And ABS is also coming, which I know you can't do it on every pitch, but it is going to change things a bit. I think umpires are going to be should be a little bit better.
Framing is going to take a nosedive in terms of
there you go.
priority.
So then what's more important then?
When you look at a catcher, it's not going to bode as heavily as it does in today's brand of baseball.
Well, then what's more important?
Of ABS. And when it comes to the playoffs and big moments like that, like, bro, you're not going to be relying on your catcher to steal that strike. You're going to be relying on the pitcher to throw a true strike. And that's what you're going to be going off of. It's not going to be living and dying on how many of these pitches is my catcher stealing. Like right now, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that says, framing and stuff. It's not a talent, whatever.
It's a talent. No doubt about it. You work very hard on that.
It's not easy. But with the advent of ABS, it is not going to matter as much. So if that's one of the things that you hang your hat on right now as a catcher, you should be making some adjustments for where the game is going. And that really bodes well for a guy like Ben Rice. I'm telling you, if you look at it, if the Yankees are being, proactive and looking to the future, which we don't always know them to do as we want, as much as we want, say they are though, dude, they might be looking at Ben Rice and saying, shit, man, like he might be the guy. Like we don't got to turn the keys over to either one of them right now. We don't got to name one of them and say you're going to be the guy for the next decade. We don't have to do that. We don't have to commit right now.
You could let things play out
right now
and see what happens.
Right now, the Yankees got options, man. They're like single dude on the night on the town. Like you don't got to put a ring on none of them right now. You know what I'm saying? You just buying a couple drinks,
having a good time,
enjoying
yourself, slanging that thing. That's it. David Miser with the super chat. He says basically maybe Wells is just going through a sophomore slump. I mean, you never know. It's potential. Who knows? But
these things obviously happen. Yeah, it's true.
They do happen. So who the hell knows? But before we get into voicemails, I wanna run that one by you. What do you think about you think that Cody Bellinger with the year he's having, if this let's say he finishes around the numbers he's at now, hits into 270s, has about a high 700 OPS, plays the whole year, looks good. You really think he's going to sit there and go, I'll just keep my 1 year and I'll come back? Or does he say, hey, I'm opting out because there's not many outfields available. I played good defense. I played on the New York Yankees. I went to the postseason. I hit above 270. I had a really good year, better year than the previous season. I'm going to just wait.
Yeah, I don't see how he doesn't opt out. If the season continues,
and that changes things up for the Yankees, by the way, too.
I think it does. I think it changes a lot. I think if the season continues the way that it has gone for Cody Bellinger, I don't see how he doesn't test the market, and I wouldn't be upset at him in the least. I would hope that Yankees fans aren't upset at him in the least.
No, we should all hope he opts out because that means he had a very good year.
This is a business, guys. This is a business, and this is why you negotiate these opt-out clauses into your contract so that should a situation like this arise where I get traded right before my option is coming up and I go crazy on the team I get traded to, now I can parlay that option into a new contract for maybe another 3-4 years and go from there. It's about maximizing your position. And in the position that he's in, if he continues this season for the New York Yankees and the Yankees have a decent playoff run and he doesn't disappear in October, he's been known to have a good presence in the playoffs. All of that's gonna look really good for him in terms of free agency. So
add to that resume, man.
Somebody's gonna give him a couple years, and it's that 1 year. If you turn that 1 year into 3 or 4 more years, success. Like
you gotta do
people
it.
might say, oh, but what if he could lose on AAV next year? That's not the name of the game. You'd be sacrificing whatever the AAV is next year for a guarantee of 3 years added on to that you didn't have before you opted out. I think you'd be crazy not to do it if the numbers stay the same.
I agree 100%. And I do just want to check really quickly if I can here. I want to see how much that option is again. I know it's in the 20 millions, I believe. I just want to see exactly what he would be leaving on the table if that's the case. Yeah, it's a $27 million option. is what it would be for the 2026 season. 25 million is what I'm looking at, I believe, or something like that. It's right around in the high 20s is what it looks like. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think you would obviously take the years. And look, when you do it with the Yankees, it is a little different. I think that's fair to say. There's a little more eyes on you. Other teams maybe seen a little more of you, and it's a good spot for him to be in. But before we get in the voice,
just so people can get the perspective, if it's 25 million and he ends up turning that into 85 million over 4 years, the AAV would drop to 21 and a quarter, so 21.25 million a year. So yes, next year you lose 3 million whatever, but over the lifetime of that contract you gained almost 60 something million. That's the calculus there. Like,
and you may never have to be the same player.
You don't honestly, like, if he opts out here, the next contract he signs is likely his last big contract. So
exactly,
that's it. That's what you want to do. That's
you,
the name,
and you want to do that obviously on a pretty good year, and that's what he's having so far.
You have to maximize those years where you can sign multi-year contracts, because they're like, there's only a certain amount of time that the players have to do that, and that's why free agency is such a big thing. We don't like it as fans. We hate it because we lose some guys that we love or whatever. But for them, it's like, yo, this is what you do it for. You bust your ass, you play whatever. So you have the opportunity to make deals like this. So yeah, I don't see how he doesn't at least try, if it stays like this.
Sophia, I'm going to address that real quick. She says, with the player salaries out of control and less attendance at ball games because the regular Joe can't afford to go to games, something has got to give. I disagree with that. I disagree with that a little bit. I do know that some ballpark prices are up a bit depending on matchups and series, but I say it all the time on here. There's a very, very much many affordable games that you can go to.
Yes.
Yankee games even are very affordable. There's been days when Francis knows this, man. I've gotten to Yankee games for $10.
Yep.
I've gotten to Yankee games for there's even games sometimes you get the highest and you don't got to sit in those seats. I know people don't really fully understand that all the time, but I've done that many times. And there's many standing areas at Yankee Stadium. You could pay for any ticket and go stand up in the standing areas, and you're right there. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking to do. I get it. If you got small children, you want to sit. I understand that. If you got a family of 4, I understand that. I get that. But playoff games, a different story, I think. But that's in every sport. I mean, every sport, playoff games are insane. Big boxing, man, big boxing events, MMA fight, pay-per-views are very different than when there's a fight night. I mean, it's very, very different. But if you do got a family and you want to say, hey, I want to take the kids to a ball game, but I want them to be able to see the field and be closer. Yeah, I get where it could be expensive, but you can definitely get into many stadiums. The majority of Francis, you've been to Cincinnati for nothing. You sat behind home plate.
I sat behind home plate in Cincinnati for $75.
$75. I mean, look at that. That's facts.
I'll never
by the way, too, I remember when we got the Yankees coupon code. When we got the code that we still have right now that you guys can use if you want to go to home Yankee games, they had the section that we love. And Tommy, who we work with at Yankee Stadium, he knows we love the Delta Suite. Yep. So every now and then he gifts us with a little something. And let me tell you something. They played the San Diego Padres. You could have sat there for $81. $81 with that discount code that we give.
Crazy, bro.
So I mean, that's insane. And that's a good series. That's a really good series to watch.
The prices are, I say it all the time. I've heard every kind of complaint under the sun, like when it comes to like prices and the games and stuff like this. I think baseball still remains the most affordable, though. I think when you compare it to the NFL, when you compare it to the NBA, when you compare it to, it's just not fair. Like those prices don't, like, you can go to a freaking baseball game ticket wise for under $10 sometimes, several times throughout the year as a Yankee fan. Like,
and because it's also less supply and demand. I mean, football, you don't got many games. Basketball, you don't got as many games. Baseball, you got 81 at least at home.
Yes.
I mean, and you could travel anywhere, so it's a little different.
It's wild. Like I get it. Like people say, yeah, but you get in the stadium or parking, and it's all pricey, but
it does add up. Yeah, no doubt.
The New York, we're fans of the New York Yankees, guys, and I think that's the thing. Like, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but they're paying for real estate in freaking New York City. Like, they're importing things into New York City. Like everything is New York prices. And dude, you go into Midtown Manhattan and y'all see how much a bottle of water costs. Like it sucks, bro. But that's kind of the lay of the land. And I think the Yankees are doing the best that they can regular season wise. When it comes to playoffs, though, like Pete mentioned, bro, I mean, there's nothing that you could do. I mean, I wish I could
Yeah.
have went to a World Series game.
I would love to.
I
I would
looked at
love
those
to.
prices and it was like, bruh, like
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Maybe that's just a luxury. It's just not for me right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is what it
I
is,
agree.
bro. But
So
like Pete said, we here at MOY, we got a couple options for y'all. Like,
yeah, we got
yeah,
SeatGeek. A lot of you have used that, but a lot of you have used the FIVO code right there from the Yankees directly. And many of you have used. I know Kevin in the chat, told me he uses it a lot. So a lot of other people have used it. So use it. I mean, if you're there, man, utilize it. That's what they're there for. Use it.
We're doing our part to try to get y'all some affordable tickets. So
No doubt
take
about it.
advantage, man, because we know it's not easy.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to get those tickets to NYYU live. Live on
Exactly.
Broadway, damn it. Live on Broadway. I'm gonna come out there dancing this shit and have a good time. So, but before we get into voicemails real quick, I think we're still in agreement here on what the Yankees need when it comes to the deadline. Flamethrower out that bullpen. You got to pair somebody up with Fernando Cruz, miss some bats.
Yes.
Third baseman and or second baseman. I still would like a third baseman move Jazz back to second. I don't know who that could be, but do you feel any other different? Is there anything else that you like? I don't know. Maybe if they can add there too, I'm okay with that.
I'm still stuck with the flamethrowing reliever and an infielder.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question. I'm interested to see what you say here.
Okay.
And I'm going to look something up before I jump into. Guys, pay attention. I want to see everybody I want to see what everybody thinks too. Cause I saw this the other day and I said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would do this. Let me look them up real quick and then I'll go ahead and say it. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Man, this is going to be funny. Marlins call you up. They know the Yankee system.
Okay.
Would you even consider buying low on Sandy? If they come calling, would you take a risk on buying low on Sandy? But here's the catcher. It's still going to cost you a couple of good prospects, but not like it would have before. Do you say, you know what? I know it's a bad year. Maybe they ask for Ben Rice, Spencer Jones. And I'm not saying both of them. I'm saying maybe it's a Spencer Jones, maybe it's a Jason Dominguez, one with two other minor leaguers, maybe.
So
what would you
these
consider
guys headline and then it's two more pieces?
Yes. So you got a headline, you got like two other pieces. Would you really sit there and go, nah, because the year he sucks? Or would you say, I'm getting Garrett Cole next year and I already got him and I got, damn. He ever bounce back and we feel there's bounce back there, holy shit. This is different now.
How much control is left with Sandy?
I can tell you right now, though. I tell you what, the analytics for him do not look good. They don't look good this year.
That's where I would go. The peripherals are terrible.
They do not look good. I mean, they look really, really bad. His ERA is still almost 7. I mean, they look really, really bad.
He was coasting along for a little while, and then he had a freaking clunker the other day. So it's just like.
So where he's sitting at now, let's see. He would be a free agent in 2027.
2027. So it would be the rest of this season, next year, and no, the rest of the season, then 2 more seasons.
Yeah, so he'll be really in reality. They obviously wouldn't buy it out. So you would have him for the 2026 and 2027 season.
Yeah. This is one of those situations where I get it. I really do. But like, yes, the potential upside is tantalizing. It is very tempting.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't see myself this current season trading any prospect capital for a position where I feel like the Yankees are kind of strong at as we speak. And I think that's the issue here. It's not that It's not because of the season he's having right now. It's not because I don't think that he can bounce back. It's not because I
You
don't
feel it's not a weakness.
I feel like right now for the Yankees, though, like our prospect capital and our trade, potential, that stuff needs to be maximized, and we kind of need to use it to focus on the areas where we're most weak. Infield, right? We need an infielder, likely third base, maybe second baseman, fine. We need a bullpen arm, and Sandy is none of those things. And some people have had these crazy ideas, like, oh, you could trade for Sandy and put him in the bullpen. Like I heard this
No.
on big publications.
No.
I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, dude, that's not like, if somebody's gonna do that, like, let it be someone else, not the Yankees. I don't want to play that game. I think this, just because of the way this season is, bro, I'd have to say no this year. Maybe last year, would I have taken a flyer on it? Fuck yes. Next year, I can't tell you, but if next year looks different, yeah, maybe that's the year I entertain it. But this particular year, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like we're so tied up this year, bro. Like, Hal doesn't want to spend more money, right?
Yep.
Our prospect capital is there, but it's still limited, and we have two pretty solid, decent sized needs. It's not the year for me to be like, oh, I'll take a flyer, add another starter. I feel like I don't know. I can't see me doing it, and it does have a lot to do with the fact that, like, bro, like, it's gonna cost somebody, like you said, even if it's a down.
No, definitely, no doubt about it. There's no reason to move him.
Like, if there's a way to do that deal without Lombard, Jones, Dominguez,
oh yeah, then it's different,
and that's a whole different conversation. But I feel like Miami's not gonna call and not get one of those guys.
No, they're gonna have to, and that's why I'm saying it's like, you have to try to get one of those guys.
Like Cam Schlittler, like, I don't freaking know. Like, it's like, do I do that? Like, I tell you one thing, I'm much more open if that's the biggest name that you're talking.
I mean, yeah, if it's Cam Schlittler, I'm sorry, I'm taking a risk. But here's the thing too, there's been a lot of pitchers too that have had the surgery, and the first year back they struggle, and then the next year they're just dominating again. Like, we've seen that before. Nate Eovaldi's one of those guys that came back and was like, he wasn't that much, and then all of a sudden Nate Eovaldi's like, I found it again, I'm good. But I posed that question because it almost feels like it could be one of those type of things. Boone's wife says O'Neal Cruz would be. Let me tell you something. I love O'Neal Cruz. After some of that shit he's been pulling with the Pirates, I don't want him near Aaron Boone at all. I don't want him anywhere near Aaron Boone, because if he's gonna play, no, I'm sorry. Thank God for the manager there that said, yeah, you're taking a seat. You're out of this game, brother. You're sitting down. I don't want that Aaron Boone. But I think we all agree on what the Yankees need and what they need to do to be better overall. So, this is July. We're about to hit July on Tuesday.
That was interesting, though. It's definitely an interesting thought.
And I could see it. I could honestly see the Marlins trying to look. Maybe they're seeing it for themselves, going, hey, look, man, we barely got any control of this dude anyway. If a team is willing to maybe give us one of these guys, maybe now's the time to do it. And you go do it. So I don't know. But a lot of the people asking about O'Neal Cruz is also, too, where the hell is he going to play on this team?
Yeah, I think
that's the only other thing. Where's he going to play?
The thing with him, too, with Sandy, is that he's put the Marlins in such a tough spot because he didn't show up this year, bro. Like,
and you almost hold him. You almost have to hold on to him at this point and say the hell with it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like, because you can't sell low on a guy like that. You just you'd kick yourself for years. So you can't sell low on him. But at the same time, who are you going to convince to give you like these frontline prospects in a freaking return? It's gonna be really tough. Like, because right now he just doesn't look great, and the peripherals aren't helping the cause. Like, have you seen this? Can we pull up his Savant? Like,
I just had it. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, bro.
The reason I didn't show it because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna want it.
I'm saying it for the fans. If you guys have it,
I'm pulling up right here. Close your eyes, guys. This ain't cute. Yeah. Look at this. I don't want that guy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You
don't want that.
If you look at that, and then you start thinking like, yes,
makes you question your life.
That's gonna cost
what happened
Spencer
here?
Jones, George Lombard, or Jason Dominguez, or Ben Rice. It's like, yeah, like when you say those names and then you look at this page as your return, it's like it's hard, bro, because at this point if you did that trade, you're trading for a name and history. You're not trading for what's happening right now. And remember, he's coming back from injury. There's no guarantee that we ever see the Cy Young version of him again. We are all hoping
better ingredients, better
Whoops.
Oh, shit caught me so off guard.
Papa John's commercial.
Yo, y'all need to pay for the freaking ads, bro.
No, you know why I did that?
Trying to infiltrate our podcast.
I'm gonna tell you why I did it right here. Watch, this is why. Because I said when you look at that page, all you think about is this right here.
Oh, shit. Why do I know this?
You're gonna know any second.
I know what the drums are.
You're gonna know it right now. Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
That's Sandy's here. Unsolved Mysteries.
I'm mad that I knew it from the freaking drum pattern, bro.
Unsolved Mysteries. That's what it is. Sandy's an unsolved mystery right now. Do the Marlins look around and go, I'm done with it. I don't want to solve this mystery. I'm going to move to somebody else.
Bro.
We'll see. It's interesting.
Better if I'm the Marlins, I'd rather hold them and see what we can get in the winter than trade them.
And by the way, too, fuck Papa John's, man. Don't be coming on my damn screen. Fuck
I'm
you,
saying,
Papa
man,
John's,
these people trying to infiltrate our podcast and get a little ad dollars. Like, yo, just pay the bill, baby. Just pay the bill.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
You get a Papa John's pizza, you put in the toilet, all right? You don't eat that shit. I'm telling you right now. You can find better pizza somewhere else. Papa John, better pizza, better something. Papa John's my ass. I'll tell you that right now. Speaking of my ass, here's the Glaber's ass guy. Call it in. Let's take a listen.
Yo, having Pete and Francis on is like having a Coke float. Pete is the Coca-Cola, and Francis is that delicious scoop of ice cream.
Hey, yo.
What do you guys think about Volpe? Volpe is ass to me. We gotta let that guy go. He is a joke of a player. I'd rather watch Aaron Hicks play shortstop instead of Volpe. But the Yankees, if Marcus Strowman can pitch at least decent, and you get Luis Hill back, the Yankees starting rotation is actually not really bad. I think they should have some bullpen help. But Marcus Strowman with a great game tonight. I'm gonna start wearing a do-rag just for him. I don't know how to put one on, but I'm gonna at least try and wear a do-rag in honor of Marcus Strowman. He is one of the greatest pitchers I ever seen pitch the game.
I can't, bro.
You could tell he works at a grocery store. You hear that music playing in the background.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
grocery stores always got the jams playing in the background. You always hear it.
We went from Glaber's ass to now Volpe's ass.
Now, the Volpe is ass guy now. That's his new name. The Volpe is ass guy now.
Oh, man. Poor Volpe, man.
People don't even know what it is. That's Crackle Nuts in there, folks.
That's
Everybody's
Crackle
like,
Nuts, guys. If you don't know, that is Crackle Nuts.
That is Crackle. I would love to see Crackle Nuts with a do-rag, by the way.
Oh, yeah. We got to make that happen.
That'd be pretty wild.
We got to make that. I'll bring one to September. If he's coming, I have to bring
I was just going to say something very unprofessional. I'm happy I didn't do it. I'll tell you afterwards, though, man.
Sometimes you
think about Crackle Nuts like with a do-rag or something large on his head, what he may look like. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the next message here.
It's DS time! Pete Francis,
Hey,
down here, bam, bam! Pete, slow, shoving! Yanks putting up a baker's dozen with a 12-5 victory! And Pete, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I want you, I need you.
Come on! But there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you.
Now don't be sad. 'Cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Get dumb.
Now don't be sad.
'Cause
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now let's do something with that 2 out of 3 Yanks. Keep winning series. Let's fucking go. Woo!
Oh, I love that guy, man.
Oh,
the
man,
energy
bro.
of Dom, man. The energy of Dom is unbelievable.
It is. And if somebody,
we're gonna sing that. We're gonna duet that song together, me and Dom at a karaoke night.
It's funny when you look at the way yesterday's game went. Like you would have thought that was how today was gonna go.
Facts.
And then today,
100%.
I could have saw yesterday going the way today went, and it didn't. But
So I'm happy about this. You know why? I warned everybody. If today's game went like yesterday's game, this show would have been very different.
oh my god, it would have been really.
Bro, I was ready to rip him to pieces.
No, it would have been really freaking hard. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This would have been an ugly show. Let me tell you right now. I was hot.
Because
I was hot as hell.
yesterday was a low. Yesterday felt like a rock bottom kind of day. You just
They had the sloppy Yankees came back out to play. Nobody could make a cat. The play with Austin Wells, by the way, went absolutely viral on Twitter for us. Shared all over the place.
Good.
Because I think everybody saw it and said, "What the frick?" By the way, people were tagging the poor guy saying, "Austin, my little leaguer makes this play. What are you doing?" You had to see the comments people were leaving on this guy, tagging him at Austin Wells. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The funny thing is, some of the defenses that I saw for yesterday again were, it's hot, and I was like, "Don't give me that. Come on,
hot. What the freak's that got to do with it being hot?"
Guys, I'm like, what are we?
What is he, delirious? Was he dehydrated?
It's like, there's water in the dugout. Okay, there's hydration packs in the clubhouse. Like
Aaron Boone got packs of bubble gums up his ass. He shoots them out in between.
I don't want to hear that.
They got a ton of them.
It's hot outside. It's sticky. When it was cold in Detroit early in the year, what do we hear? Oh, it's so cold.
Have another sugar packet.
Now it's too hot. Like, come on now. Like, we're not doing that shit, bro. No excuses. You're the New York Yankees. You're a Major League Baseball team. It's New York. We have all the extremes in New York. We get the cold of the cold, the hot of the hot. Like, it's a part of the game, bro. I don't want to hear that. They played horribly.
Horribly. It was a horrible game.
If they would have followed that up with a flat offensive performance today, this show would 1000% sound very different.
This show would have been oogly. I told everybody. It would have been an oogly ass show. You don't want to see it.
Hey,
Which
Pete,
is
it's Jacko. A while back, my good friend Joey from the Bronxy, he sent in a voicemail where he said something you would never hear a man say is, "If you don't stop sucking my dick, I'm going to call the cops." I disagree with Joey because Aaron Boone would totally say that.
Oh my God!
He would call 911, panicking. So. All right, love you guys.
Oh my
Bye.
God.
I get it. I get the Boone. I get it, but damn, why do they go so far sometimes, bro?
I don't know, man. Lord have mercy, Jocko. You could at least talk about Meredith Marakovitz, how much you love her. You got to say something like that about Booney Bubbles over here?
Damn. Poor Bubbles.
Lord have mercy.
Even after a win, after a series win, people don't care, man. They said he would call the
Ask Jira something real quick. What are you doing up there? You didn't read through this nut job voicemail here by Jocko, this crazy guy?
I saw earlier she was telling some people to keep it shorter, so it seems like she had her work cut out for her, man.
Unbelievable, Ove. Let me go ahead. Let's make it better, folks. We're gonna get to Simon.
Hey, Pete, the Bella Vista Bocce Master calling from Bella Vista, New Haven, Connecticut. How you doing? What a great game today. Jazz, I'm telling you. You see, Pete, you put Jazz back at third base, and he'll hit the ball like crazy. Listen to your Uncle Simon. And the gift from God, 2 home runs. What can you say about him? Hey, Pete, I wanted to ask you a thing about this pitch comp thing. It seems like every time the Yankees have trouble with during the game, don't the people who hold the Yankee equipment, don't they check all these pitch counts before the game starts to make sure everything's working hunky dory? I mean, it seems like the people who hold the equipment don't really do a good job. If the pitchers and the players have all these trouble with the pitch count and stuff, I mean, what's going on here? I mean, why can't the catcher just flash the signs? I mean, God gave us fingers for a reason. We may as well use them. Well, you have a good day, Pete. Rock on. And want to wind it on forever. Smack it a likey. Hitty the sunny. And remember, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. I said, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. Ball game over. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Bye, Pete.
He's such a happy guy, man.
Oh, when Judge goes deep, Yankees win. Come on,
Simon is such a happy guy. You know, I'm going to add somebody else to the list here. The Aaron Judge fan club, Pop Simonetti, Dan Rourke, and Simon. They're the 3 biggest Yankee Judge fans I've ever seen, man.
In the world.
He loves Aaron Judge so much. Look how happy that voice was, man. It made me happy hearing that. That was good.
The pitch comp thing is funny because he's not wrong. Like,
no, it is like, kind of funny how much that does mess up during a game.
But here's the thing: it's not just the Yankees, dude. Like everybody. It happens across baseball, and there's nothing you can do. They are checked prior to the game.
Yeah.
Just have them very early before a start, and so do the catchers. It's checked. It's checked by equipment managers. It's checked by, and then it's checked by the pitcher himself and the catcher himself. It's checked. And then during the game, sometimes they cut out. And that's why they have a bunch of them ready to go so that they can just swap it out and keep it moving. But I don't know obviously, also people got to remember this is newer technology, bro. Like we haven't been this. It doesn't go back to the inception of baseball. Like this is only a couple of years
brand
old
new
technology.
It's brand new.
It's gonna get better year to year, and I think in a couple of years' time, we won't even have these malfunctions anywhere near as often as we see them today.
Facts. All right, guys, we're gonna do 2 more. I'm honestly, man, I'm just had to go to some regulars here because I'm scared. Let's go ahead and get to the next one here.
Hey, Pete Francis, the Macho King in the house. How you doing? Yeah. I want to start by wishing my old store Grace a happy 25th birthday. She's been at a couple of events, and her and her husband Love and YYU and the whole Macho crew will be there at the Otis Club on September 6th. If you haven't got tickets, make sure you get them and say what's up. The events are amazing and worth every penny. You won't be disappointed. No, you won't.
Facts. Facts.
And today was a textbook Yankee win. Solid pitching and power. What else can you say about Aaron Judge? Mickey Mantle. That's it. We all want to see him have a big game in the World Series. That Reggie game. And I'm calling it Daddy Will to cement his legacy. Cause deep down, I'm just a kid from New York and I love my family, my team, and my community. Yeah. So everyone stay macho, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all on the train to championship number 28. Oh, yeah! Watch out!
Oh, man, I tell you what, there's a reason. There's a reason why that man right there is one of the all-time greats here at the U. Francis, Toronto series coming up. Yankees in Canada. How you feeling about it?
Well,
a little scared?
No.
A little scared?
No. I think I liked the offense from the Yankees this weekend. I think that's something that they can build off of going up there to Toronto. I think that our pitching matchups are decent matchups. Like we have the right guys going. They'll see Fried. They'll see Rodon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of.
I'll tell you right now. I'll take a look at it right now for us.
Yeah.
And see what it actually is here. The probable pitchers of the series. You have Rodon opening up against Scherzer.
Okay.
You got Fried versus Gossman.
There you go.
And Will Warren versus Jose Barrios.
Yeah.
And then Schmitty versus Bassett. So good pitching matchups, actually. Really good pitching matchups.
That's the way that that's kind of the way that you draw it up if you're the Yankees at this time of the year with the way that the division looks. You would prefer to have those 4 guys going in that series. So yeah, I think the Yankees are, well positioned with the way that they kind of came alive with the bats and the way that the rotation shaped out. I think it should be good. I would love for the Yankees to take 3 games up there. It is very difficult. 4-game sets are very hard to play. They're very hard to call. But I think it's important, and the Yankees know the task at hand. The Blue Jays are right there, just 3 games back. You cannot give them life. You can't let them take 3 or 4 from you. A split, things kind of stay the same, and you stay afloat. You hope that Tampa Bay loses more than you do. But yeah, I look at these matchups and I feel like, we need to win the Rodon game. We need to win the Fried game. And then when you go from there, it's Clark Schmidt and
Warren, then Schmitty.
You got to win one. It's just winning one of those 2 games. And either of those guys are capable of turning in a shutdown performance for you. We've seen it all year. Bro, let's do our best. Let's play Yankee baseball and let's take 2 out of 3. At the very least, it needs to be a split, but they should take.
I'll say the key to the series for me is you got to get the starters have to give you length. That's the key to the series because I don't trust the Yankees bullpen too much. Middle relief, I don't trust. 4 games set, back to back to back to back. You got to pray that Rodon does his job, which I don't know why you would think that maybe he wouldn't. He's been phenomenal this season. Max Fried has been phenomenal this season. Will Warren and Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt hasn't been bad. I mean, he's pitching to a 3.09 ERA. Will Warren has looked much better as of late. He's been battling. You just need to have your starters give you a bit of length because right now, again, I'm not overly sold on the Yankees pen. They got work to do. Matter of fact, that was a topic I wanted to bring up, and I want to just throw this idea out there real quick. You mentioned Cam Schlittler earlier.
Yes.
Do not be shocked if Cam Schlittler is a guy towards the end of the year that they move to the bullpen and try him in the major leagues coming out of the pen because Cam is hitting about 99 miles an hour as a starter right now, and that's something that he didn't always do. So he's found some extra velo, and the Yankees can harness that as maybe being a 1-inning guy, 2-inning guy, because look, let's be honest, season's almost done, and they like utilize him any other way. You don't got to worry about it being a starter at that point. If you could bring him up here and maybe add to that bullpen or maybe a 2-inning guy, but Cam Schlittler is a guy who he's had a very, very good season. He started to looking up on a lot of prospect rankings out there, especially in the Yankees, but just as a starting pitcher in general. If the Yankees do miss on some things, or if he's not moved in a deal, because you never know what happens, but I could see the Yankees utilizing him. He's a tall guy, tall and lanky. You've seen him a lot in spring training. They really got a good look at him.
Yeah.
So that would not shock me one bit. Just to even keep the innings down a bit, let him come out the bullpen, and maybe you just got him another flamethrower that could come in there in an inning and put some batters away, or maybe be a 2-inning guy. You never know. Just something I thought about in that moment. I could definitely see the Yankees potentially doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing opens up on the trade market, then I could definitely see them going and promoting from within. I think ideally what they would want to get is somebody who's already established in the MLB and not have to take Schlittler off of their regularly scheduled programming. But for all we know, their regularly scheduled programming could always have been to have him come up late this year and provide whatever he can for the Yankees, whether it be out of the bullpen or not. So we don't know what the Yankees' plans are with him. If the plan was always for him to come up, then maybe he's going to do that regardless. But if the plan is just to let him stay down there, finish the year down there, then go out there and get an arm. Otherwise, the kid's right there, and it's not a bad idea, bro. You definitely could use a multi-inning guy who can give you that sort of arm. So, I mean, I'd love to see it. I'm all for it. We asked them to call the kids up. We asked them to let the kids play. I'd love to see it, but with the same token, I do kind of want an MLB proven dude going into the playoffs.
Of course.
But again,
I can even see it as additional to that.
Yeah.
I can even see it as additional to that.
It's not like we only got one spot in the bullpen either.
Yeah, no. We got multiple spots open.
It could be both.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about it. Like, Yankees could still add. You got JT Brubaker. I mean, if he takes that role of a guy that, maybe every 5 days gives you 2 or 3 innings if you need it. Or if not, every couple of games he could throw you an inning and he could be a real shutdown guy. Then in the playoffs, all cards are on the table. I mean, you do what you got to do to win. At least you'd hope. You'd hope that the Yankees would actually do that. But ladies and gentlemen, hey man, I ain't got nothing else for you guys today. It's a very, very fun episode.
Yes.
Francis, any final things you want to say?
Nah, man. Beat Toronto. Beat the Blue Jays, man. Go and do your thing in Vladdy's house. He loves to have us as house guests. So
he does. He certainly does.
That's pretty much it. It's always kind of fun. We go up there to Rogers Center or whatever they're calling it these days. I think it's always kind of a fun series when the Yankees go up there. Toronto kind of wants to make it a bigger rivalry than it really is, but in reality, it's a division matchup, and it matters because it's a division matchup. Outside of that, there's really not more juice to it than that. This year, they're 3 games behind us. They're right on our heels. This is a big series coming up. Big week, big series coming up during the week. So Yankees got their work cut out for them. I think they can do it. They're very capable. Let's freaking go there and let's come back healthy and go into July 4th weekend, ready to go against the team in Queens.
Yeah. Take us on it. Actually, it looks like Marcus Strowman is going to start on July 4th, based off what the schedule looks like. So that'd be interesting.
Friday. Damn.
Friday, Marcus Strowman potentially will take us on out of here. And we'll wrap it up, baby. Smack that like, hit that sub if you haven't.
Yeah, man. If you haven't liked this already, man, I don't know how. We had damn near 250 in here at some point. You guys clearly enjoyed the show. I want to thank you. I want to send a big thank you to the chat today. I didn't respond to everything that you guys were saying in there, but the chat was definitely on fire today. You guys were definitely bringing the energy like you guys always do. We do it for you. Keep it locked and stay tuned, man. If you're not subscribed already, then you need to be. And if you are subscribed, then you need to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell their grandmother that this is where it's at. It's NYU, baby. We going to the moon with you or without you, but we'd love to have you along for the ride. So keep it locked and stay tuned because you know that the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
And you know we will never come whack on a Designated Spittaz track. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we out. Peace out, baby. We out of here.
Yeah, stretch me out of man, let it drip.